What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Retro Lair. Not made a video in a while, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody. I had a couple weeks off of work and was able to actually get out and do a little bit of picking. We didn't really record any of it. We just wanted to go through and just really enjoy the experience and what we were looking for. So with that said, though, I do want to give you guys a little preview of a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff that we were able to pick up over the last week. So let's get into it. Alright, so some of the stuff that we were able to track down this week, I have been really tracking down a lot of the vintage line, but my buddy Matt recently started collecting the classified series, and I'd looked at them at Walmart and Target, had seen them online, wasn't really planning on ever buying them and jumping into it, but he opened a few, and just picking those figures up and seeing how they're built and how easily they are to be posed in different stances and things, I thought they would be pretty cool to have just to put with some of the older figures. So some of the ones that we were able to grab, I did grab a Duke, which I've already opened Duke. I've got him up on the shelf, which I'll show you here shortly. I grabbed a Zartan and a Cobra Commander to go with a couple other figures. But just the other day, just running around in a flea market, I was able to come across this Roadblock, which is number 1. I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go. Number 1 in the series. So I'm going to open that here shortly and get him put up. And then another one, this one was pretty cool to find, especially in a flea market, but I found Major Blood. So we'll get him opened up and we'll get him displayed with the rest. And then from the vintage line, we were actually, maybe not vintage, but from the late 80s, early 90s line, what we were actually able to find, we hit up a G.I. Joe store that's somewhat, not really local to us, it's a couple-hour drive, but we took a little day trip, ran over, and were able to find quite a few things. And we've also participated in some auctions online and things like that. But some of the stuff that's come in, this is a V2 Wild Bill with the black pants. He doesn't have any accessories. I do have him complete with the white pants, which he's, right, so this is Wild Bill with the white pants. This is him complete. This was probably one of my favorite, not my favorite, but one of my favorites as a kid. So I'll be working on trying to complete the black pants version also, so we can have that into the collection. And then I need to give this one a new O-ring, but the Baroness came in today. Matt was generous enough to see this in an auction, and he's already got one, but he picked it up for me. So thank you very much for that, Matt. Much appreciated. She does have a busted crotch, which I'll track one down eventually. But other than that, the Baroness is pretty clean. Logo looks really good. Face and glasses look really well also. So I'll work on getting her tightened up with a new O-ring here in just a little bit. And then another one that I picked up, Matt actually picked this one up on in an Instagram claim sale for me. I've ran across a couple, but the shirt's usually really discolored. This one's actually pretty clean. He does have a couple cracked elbows, but he picked up Chuckles, which is an undercover Joe, for anybody who's not familiar with the Joes. Not complete, but he's just a cool figure to have. My kids really enjoyed him, thought he was cool. So we'll get him added in. I don't have it out here, but one of the Joes that I did pick up this week on the classified was actually Scarlet. I picked that up. It was my daughter's very first G.I. Joe. She asked for one. She had a gift card that she wanted to put towards it. So we went and I let her pick out her first G.I. Joe. She chose Scarlet. I pulled some G.I. Joe cards here recently on a live on Instagram and just went through them all. Had some good pulls, but I did find a Scarlet in there. I went ahead and put that in the top loader and gave that to her with her Scarlet. So she's really enjoying that. All right, so a couple of the other things that we were able to pick up. My G.I. Joe army here is starting to grow quite a bit, it's been a lot of fun. I didn't realize how many of these I actually had whenever I was a kid. So these are bringing back quite a bit of memories. There's the classified Duke. I got him out of the package, you got him posed up in there. Very cool figure. But some of the things that we were able to pick up this week was I picked up that mainframe in an auction. He is not complete. I did pick up the Spirit, and if you can tell, his feet don't, the claws on the eagle don't look 100% accurate, and that is because it's not complete. I actually could not find the eagle with the claws when I found this figure, but it's one that I really wanted. It's just a cool figure. So my wife actually made me a piece out of clay that she does earrings with, and I was able to just attach and make work for the time being. So I was able to get a complete beachhead without a busted crotch, finally. I don't know how many of those Matt and I went through before we both finally got one that did not have a busted crotch. I did get lucky. I got a Ghost Rider here. He came in a lot that I snagged online. And then what else did I grab? I was able to complete Gung Ho here. The one with the, I think it says V3, I think, if I remember correctly, with the red shirt. That was my favorite G.I. Joe as a kid. I remember breaking it at some point whenever I was a kid. And my grandma went out and bought me another one. Because that's what grandmas do. So, but I was so happy to be able to complete that one. That is the very first G.I. Joe that I tracked back down whenever I started this. So I was able to pick his gun up over the weekend. That was the one piece I was missing. So, and then we had several others. That Eels V2 came in, which was a good pickup. And then I got a Zanzibar that came in on the lot. That Decimator also came with the lot that I picked up. The Major Blood here, Matt actually picked that up. I don't know if he picked it up in an auction or online somewhere. I don't exactly remember where he picked it up, but I knew he was looking for one here a while back, and I came across one in an auction, so I snagged it for him. And then he was nice enough to return the favor. So that just shows that being good to your buddies and taking care of your friends, it does pay off in the end. So, and then I was actually able to somewhat complete a big boa. I actually got the big boa in an auction, and then whenever I was at a store, he had the gloves and the punching bag. And then, of course, it's hard to find the stand. Not complete, but I had my wife, just for the time being, she made me a little stand out of clay, just so we could at least put it upright. So, all right, guys. This is just some other ones that I've picked up over time, but this week, one of the ones that I was actually able to pick up is that Duke Mail Away. He is missing his flag on his arm, unfortunately, but this is the only Duke that I own at the moment. I was also able to complete Rock and Roll V2 back there by getting his gun that attaches to the side of his leg. And then I had to get that bazooka. I picked him up off eBay for a really good deal. But that was that was a fun one that I had whenever I was a kid. So really cool to finally track some of these down. This is my little Cobra Commander shelf. It's fun. I like that figure. So I've snagged a few. They're not all in perfect condition. The best one's probably right up front. But and then there's a couple of the cards that we've pulled. And then down here at the bottom, I got one other box of the G.I. Joe cards that I'm eventually going to open and probably go through. But I was able to pull a few Snake Eyes cards, but I went ahead and just put a Snake Eyes card up down here and a Duke card, just for a little decor. I was able to come across the Destro with his vehicle, the gold head, and the just the original. I was able to pick those up on my break. And then I had the Swamp Smasher, so that was a vehicle that I had whenever I was a kid. I remember playing in the dirt with that thing a lot. But I was missing the exhaust. So whenever I was at a store, that G.I. Joe store, I checked to see if maybe they had any extra parts. And luckily they did. They were able to help me complete mine and also able to help Matt complete his. So, and then, so this was my big hit last week while I was off, which it's been a lot of fun. So I did pick up that Zartan classified. I don't know why I'm a big fan. I like the bad guys better. Not necessarily better, but I just enjoy their figures and the way they look. So I did have a Firefly come in with his backpack. I'll be lucky if I can track down the accessories for that, I'm sure. But I did get my Crocmaster whip. That came, I was able to snag that. Still missing his hose, his breather hose, but I think once we get that, he should be complete. I did pick up the Crimson Guard, and I just found his backpack a couple days ago, so I just need to get his gun. And then my big hitter of the week, I've been looking for this figure for months, and I couldn't find it at a price that I was comfortable with paying, but I was lucky enough to come across one in the wild, and we were able to work it out and give me a really good deal. So he does have both leg pads. I don't want to take him off there. It's necessarily, but he's got both leg pads. I was able to get the chameleon and his sled, and his backpack with face mask and his gun are all in the back. So overall, G.I. Joe wise this week, we had a really good haul. I had a lot of fun really just getting back out and picking and not having to worry about, you know, I got to be back for work the next day and so forth. So looking forward to hopefully being able to do it again soon. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone popping in, checking out what we've been able to pick up over the last week, G.I. Joe wise. If you guys enjoyed the G.I. Joes or really anything 80s and 90s, retro, toy related, we're gonna start doing some videos where, I mean, we've been doing videos where we've been hunting and really looking for what's out there, but I think we're gonna start doing a little bit of everything, just doing some videos just with collection updates, showing what we've got, what we're working on, and so forth. But if you like the 80s and 90s type stuff, you like G.I. Joe, you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, please give us a like, a follow, subscribe. We're going to try to start putting out some more videos and bringing some good content to you guys. So thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.